Would you consider the use of Hemomancy to defeat the Absolute? Turn your blood into the fuel needed to incinerate nearby enemies, then spread it across the battlefield by casting Eldritch Blast while standing in your blood set ablaze to rapidly build stacks of heat and engulf your foes in flames with a quickened blast. This is our guide to a BLOODFLAME mage in Baldur's Gate 3 Extended Edition. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more guides like these. Your support really does help. Start as a warlock to sign a pact with a fiend, and make your stats look like this. Receive the Dark One's Blessing for a constant flow of temporary hit points whenever you kill a creature, and learn your main attack, Eldritch Blast. Also learn the spells Burning Hands and Hex for some extra damage early on, but we'll be avoiding most concentration spells until we develop a contingency plan. Pick up Command for a great control spell before grabbing the Eldritch Invocation's Agonizing Blast to boost damage, and Fiendish Vigor to get temporary hit points on demand. Next, multiclass into Ranger for a single level, selecting the Ranger Knight archetype for heavy armor proficiency, and become a Fiery Wasteland Wanderer for resistance to fire. Then embracing your suddenly discovered Golden Draconic bloodline for Disguise Self and for the affinity to fire damage later on. Start shooting firebolts at enemies or cast Chromatic Orb to create fire surfaces when needed, and Shield to defend yourself in battle. Learn to manipulate your spells by either extending their duration, decreasing their casting time, or doubling it and giving it to another guy while unlocking the ability to create sorcery points and create spells. Use Quicken Spell to blast your enemies away, and pick up Scorching Ray to begin really channeling your fiery fury. Equip the Ritual Dagger to sacrifice hit points for higher hit rate, Gandrel's Aspiration for advantage against monstrosities with all attack rolls, and the Cinder Shoes to generate heat when you burn enemies. As you enter the Shadowlands, embrace your inner thespian and become an actor to increase your charisma before learning your next control spell, Hold Person. Then make sure to visit Araj a Bloodraw in Moonrise Tower to donate some of your draconic blood to her experimental sciences. If you would like to help research experimental blood sciences, then consider going to your local blood bank. Donating a gallon of your blood could save numerous lives and possibly even increase your strength by 2. You can utilize this website to find places to donate in your area. Now back to the build. Engulf your enemies in flames with Fireball and gain an elemental affinity to begin adding your charisma modifier to each of your fire spells. Next, show off your control of fire by manifesting a wall of flames. Before entering Baldur's Gate, grab the Thermo-Arcanic Gloves to gain heat when you deal fire damage, the Ring of Self-Immolation, and equip the Coruscation Ring to stack radiating orbs on your enemies as you force them to bask in the light of your flame. Next, become a Warcaster to better maintain concentration, and since you can do that now, why not learn to haste yourself to further dole out punishment. Finally, at level 12, unlocking Hold Monster as your last control spell. Now that you've made it to Baldur's Gate, you'll need to grab the Amulet of Elemental Torment to make this build pop off by sharing the status effect of surfaces you stand in with each spell you cast. Grab the Cindermoth Cloak to burn any mortals that are foolish enough to wade the flames and get close enough to attack you. Obtain the Emblazoned Plate of the Marshal to reduce all incoming damage by 2. This, combined with your fire resistance, makes fire surfaces deal 0 damage. Now you won't need to make concentration saving throws while standing in fire, so just haste away at this point and equip the Helldusk Helmet for Immolizing Gaze. Don't forget to meet back up with Araj a Bloodraw in the lower city to become a Detonative Exsanguinator, priming the ground with your explosive, unstable blood whenever you take physical damage, and watch as it sets ablaze when it comes in contact with flames, like the ones from your Cindermoth Cloak. This works really well with the Amulet of Elemental Torment we mentioned earlier. But it doesn't work with the Ritual Dagger? Anyway, if that Cindermoth burn doesn't trigger, you can stand in your unstable blood and trigger it with bonus action Self-Immolate from your ring. Then Eldritch Blast to transmit the flames to your enemies, dealing fire damage and burning them. This triggers your Thermo-Arcanic Gloves and Cinder Shoes for 4 turns of heat with each hit from your spells, making Eldritch Blast invaluable. In combat, fire blast after blast to max stacks of heat with your first action, in order to use Heat Convergence to burn your stacks with a Quicken Spell cast, potentially even throwing out a 3rd blast if hasted. Wow. Check out our free Discord for more information on this build, free of charge. If you like this build, please leave a like and comment who you would like to see in your final party. We also want to take the time to thank all of you for watching our videos and being a part of our community. If you'd like to support us, consider becoming a member on YouTube for $5, like all of these fine folks. This gives you the ability to vote on our exclusive member-only polls and early access to our videos. Thank you again for watching our videos. Your support goes a long way and we appreciate all of you. See you next time.